Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Getting Creative With, the show where AADL staff engage with an arbitrarily chosen topic to stay playful, stay inspired, and as the name suggests, creative. My name is Ksenia, and with me today are AADL staff members Mackenzie, Aurora, Evelyn, and Stephanie. And this week's theme is crowns. So, Mackenzie, what was your crowning achievement this week?
So my husband decided to help me this week, and he helped me to paint this.
Ooh.
So he's really into miniatures. So when I told him I had to do something with crowns, he's like, "Oh, let's do like a diorama or paint something on a throne." And I'm like, "Okay." So let's see. I don't know if it's focusing on it.
Sometimes I see YouTubers put like their hand behind it and it'll help it focus. I don't know why.
Stops looking at my face.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Not really working.
But yeah. I'll keep it up. Or I'll just put my face right behind it. There we go. So I sent you a few pictures detailing the process. So there's a picture showing what it looked like after we base coated. So my husband took them outside and spray painted them black to give it a base coat. And then the next picture is just when we got all the primary colors on, and then the final picture is just of all the detail work. So we worked in stages. The queen does come off. So he worked this. So while he painted the details on the queen, I was sloppily painting the throne. And he's the one that's really talented with all the fine details and whatnot. If I get it closer, you might see that there's gold detailing. It's not really clear. But he painted on some gold.
Oh, yeah.
So there's some gold detailing. He did her crown. He's really good. He used a couple of different techniques for this. He showed me how to do some dry brushing, which is basically you dip your paintbrush in paint and then wipe it all off and then brush it on. And he showed me how to thin out the paint to help it run smoother, but then you have to do multiple coats. And yeah, so this is what we did.
So with the dry brushing then, does that just add like a real like thin layer or kind of a textured look?
So in the pictures, you can kind of tell we used a pearlescent white and dry brushed on the throne, so it kind of has a little bit of that sparkle on it. And he dry brushed green on the brown of the trees, which you might pick up. That also got in crevices, and it was a very light coat. It just adds extra details, and it gets in little places.
So you spray painted the base essentially, and then what kind of paint did you use to paint in the details, like the hearts and things like that?
So he uses model paints, and his favorite brand is Citadel. So I don't know what type. I think it's a water-based paint, but I don't know what type specifically it is.
Gotcha.
So have you done miniatures painting before?
I have not. This was the first one.
Did you like it?
I did. It was fun.
What was the inspiration behind the figure, like the gown and everything like that? Did you have a particular person in mind or something?
No, I just I knew how the throne was gonna look, and I thought it'd be nice to have more colors in it. So I added some reds, and I made sure she had a blue and pink gown to kind of stand out more against the white throne and the browns. So yeah.
And my final question would be, is she going to make an appearance in a campaign in the near future?
I have no idea. It wouldn't be a character I played. It'd probably be something a dungeon master would use. So maybe my husband will use it as a ruler figure. If I get the opportunity to DM again, probably. She seems like the perfect person to give out quests.
True. Very true. Nice.
I was gonna ask if she's a good queen or an evil queen.
She's too brightly colored to be evil.
Maybe that's her disguise. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nice. So a foray into mini paintings. Fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Well, alrighty then. Aurora, what have you gotten for us this week?
Well, about 2 weeks ago, I make felt succulent, which is the plant. So I continue the same idea. I actually made a crown out of felt.
Ooh. Wow, Aurora, I was thinking about making a felt crown, and I am so glad I didn't, because that
Same.
is way better than anything I would have made. That is gorgeous.
So I thought, since I did succulent, I did the same technique, cutting the different pieces and then just glue them on. I did make the crown itself first. I have felt and then put some wire underneath so that it keeps the strength. And then it give a look kind of springy kind of crown that people wear for springtime. So that's what I did. So I got a little carried away and did this. So, but I
It's
have
gorgeous.
Yeah, that is
looks good.
beautiful.
so, yeah, it's just different techniques you kind of get to. I don't know if you could see different type of flowers. There's some small ones, and then I try to get different type of shape of leaf and different color as well, so that it's not just plain green, but different shades. So.
I love also how the crown itself looks like a vine, kind of like how it's not just on like a solid green.
Yeah, I have to make sure that I wasn't sure. I never done one before, so I kind of crisscross it to give a structure a little bit more strength. So I was worried that it might not stand up the height, so that's why I put wire. If you could see it inside, that's a crisscross.
Wow.
So is the wire, I can't really see the wire, but is it on the top and the bottom?
So it's the wires here and also crisscrossing
Oh, okay.
for the felt. And then this is the inside as well as the outside before I put the flowers on.
Okay.
Did you use a pattern or did you just come up with it?
As I was doing the succulent, I see some people have some different like paper flowers idea making flowers. I was looking at it and playing with it. I used a similar. There was a couple paper flower pattern. I tried it out and I really liked this particular pattern it has, and it worked out fine. And then this one actually I made it up. There was really tiny flowers that you just kind of cut it out and put it in, make into a different type of flowers.
Mhm.
So
that is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
for the crown itself, I'm not quite like getting the picture of like how you constructed it. Did you cut out the crisscrosses in like a sheet of felt, or did you glue it onto the wire itself first, or how did that work?
So actually, I had it idea I wanted crisscross, so I draw it out in the paper and kind of make sure that it fit on a head, and then I kind of then lay the paper on the felt, and then cut the felt, then put the wire on the felt, and then glue the felt on the front and back of the wire, and then connect it like that.
That's such a good idea. Yeah, like you've encased the wire in like a sheet of felt that's structurally strong. Yeah, I love that this isn't like a one-off like piece, a headpiece. Like that's something that somebody can use and wear for a long time. And yeah, I really appreciate that.
So after I did this one, I did see one lady, she did just one big different flowers that could connect it with one wire that you could clamp onto it and take it off for hair pieces. And I was like, oh, I could have done that too, but I didn't see that idea until I thought about mine. So.
Can I just say how much I appreciate all of your flower themed crafts this winter? They're so great.
Well, yeah, I thought that'd be nice to spring, hopefully coming soon.
Yeah.
Wow. And one more question. The purple and white flower that you have on there, it looks like a little pansy.
This one?
They all look that one. They all look really realistic, I mean, from here, but that one especially just looks so utterly pansy-like. Can you walk me through how you made that particular flower? I'm really interested.
So this one, actually, I have to glue a small thin wire underneath the white colors so that it will curl up. And it's one piece, but the light color is glued on with a hot glue gun with the wire underneath, so that give it more three-dimensional when you put it together. Most of my flowers is more one piece, but you layer like these guys. But this one just one piece, but you glue the different color, the light color, and then the center. And that's how I made it, that one.
Wow. That's so detail oriented. It's amazing.
That's really awesome.
Thanks.
I also was thinking about making a felt crown, but mine was going to be much more simplistic than that. So I'm glad I went a different direction.
Yeah, I enjoy the succulents, so that's why I thought I would do the flowers.
That's really cool.
The succulents and the flowers both look really amazingly realistic, like for something made out of felt.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, and my little list. And looks like I'm next. Woo. Always with the good segues. But so I was just looking through different inspirations for crowns, and I was thinking about like maybe macrameing a crown, but I am always really intimidated / inspired by quilts because it's not something I've ever made. And Mackie is smiling because she is very good at them.
No, I'm not.
And it's not something that I've ever done or ever have like I have wanted to do, but I'm kind of like quilt curious, I guess. So I just was looking. I love looking at them, and I was I did not make a quilt. I didn't even make like a patch, or a square, whatever it's called. But I saw a pattern called the cross and crown as I was looking through some history books, and it was like a Civil War era, and the pattern was really incredible, and I just thought it was a beautiful sort of display of the craftsmanship. So I did what I knew, and I made a little weaving on my loom, and I made a little coaster with a mock cross and crown with these little edges motif. So it's definitely my version of the cross and crown motif, but it has, like the little ribboned off edges. I don't really know what the technical term for that is, but and the even sides, the even armed like cross, as well as the jagged edges here. And I really just enjoy the weaving. I liked being able to dig through some history books and that displayed quilts. But now I have a little coaster. It is pretty, it's useful, and it satisfied a little bit of my quilting curiosity, just to know how to get familiar with the shapes involved in this particular motif. So that was my craft this week, and my coffee mug rests upon it.
Did you free weave it, or were you using a small loom?
I have my loom right here. It's a very large loom, actually. It's one that I made. So I just used a section of it, and it's just a frame with nails in it that's tongue and grooved together and bolted for added strength. But no, I used a loom that I strung up, although I know that I think it was Heidi on our AADL TV channel has a little cardboard loom craft that she does, and I've used that in the past too. So check out Heidi's video if you want to make a tiny weaving for tapestry. But nope, that was just done on that humongous thing.
Mia, can you hold it up again?
Yeah, the loom or the
No, you're weaving.
okay.
Sorry, I know your coffee is using it, but
Yep, there it is.
oh, I love the like space.
Thank you.
Is that hard?
You know, I've been practicing joining lately, so I was particularly like meticulous when it came to holding the tension correctly, and to not sort of like make these thinner or skinnier than they need to be. So it was hard in that I'm still learning very much how to weave. And that was probably the hardest part, was like leaving the space without evidence of my, pulling at the yarn, essentially. So it's delicate. It's definitely not a craft that I am naturally took to, but it's really fascinating and satisfying. Yeah, I learned it from a library book called Weaving on a Little Loom. Library book. And this was, one of the products of it. So it was really fun. But anyway, that was my crowning achievement. Stephanie, what was yours this week?
So I painted my nails.
Ooh.
And I hope that they will show up.
Oh, cool.
Unfortunately, I didn't use like super contrasting colors there. I tried to do little crowns on them. I tried using these little like sticky things, but then one of them fell off and it doesn't really look like a crown. So yeah, I've done nail art in the past and I haven't since I got my dog. So I wanted to give it a try again. It was kind of fun taking the time to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What were the little things you used to make the dots?
Yeah, so I have these special ones that it's this tiny little tip here, and it just squeezes out a tiny little drop of nail polish.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little like pin thing.
Oh, to like
you have to like, yeah, I have to clean it out every time. Although I do have, although not handy, something called a dotting tool, which, do you know that little like kind of rubbery end at the end of a bobby pin? The dotting tool is like that, basically, where you can dip it in the nail polish and then just do a little dot. But the ones I have are a bit too big, so the dots would be too large. But
very impressive.
Yeah, right.
Have a pattern for your crowns, your little crowns, or did you freehand it all in your nails?
I freehanded it. I looked it up on Instagram and Pinterest and saw some other ideas for it. Although the video I watched, they had like these little stickies that were in the crown pattern. So you do the base coat and then put the sticky down when it dried and paint there. But I don't have those stickies. So I just freehanded it. It doesn't look as nice. The lines aren't as clear, but that's fine.
I have two questions related to each other. One, how long did it take you? And two, how is it humanly possible to do that sort of thing and not smudge it? I literally can never do my nails without completely messing them up. So how patient do you have to be?
It took about an hour and a half, but some of that time was taken up by trying to get the dog to not eat nail polish bottles. So that was fun. I do think she consumed some of the tiny little hearts. But then what was the second question?
How do you get it to dry without? Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever done my nails, and I have like the quick dry nail polish, and I still am not sure if I've ever successfully done it without them smudging.
Yeah, they did smudge.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, you can't really tell with the resolution here, but like the tip of this is smudged a little bit. And One of them's even chipped already, like not even where that heart fell off, but like one of them chipped. It's just like paint is gone from the tiny corner here. I don't know. I don't know how people have nails that like look good all the time.
Yeah.
Did spend maybe 20 minutes in front of my little like personal heater doing like this to the heater so that they would dry faster. I don't know if that actually helped, but maybe.
I mean, it kept you warm, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Large bin of nail polish that I haven't really touched in quite some time. So those into that.
Sorry, I don't know if you heard my question. I was wondering where one got that particular shade of the blue there.
I got it from Five Below.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
I don't have the bottle here, but yeah, it's Five Below has got some nice shades. And they have ones that are like color changing, or they did last time I got nail polish from there, that it's like color changing with the temperature.
Nice.
Polishes, but
That's so fun.
yeah, neat selection there.
Yeah, I love it's just such a happy thing to like paint your nails all pretty. I love it. Behind the mirror. Cool. Thank you for that, Steph. Evelyn, hello. Happy Thursday.
So I did a painting in the style / copied from of Basquiat. Basquiat, I think I'm saying it right. I hope. So he has this crown motif that he does in a bunch of stuff. So I wanted to do that, and I haven't painted anything in a long time. So I did this one crown, and then I did another one, and then I did like a couple more shapes that were in some of his paintings. And then he has just like a lot of great colors everywhere. So I just did some colors everywhere. And this is on parchment paper, which I didn't really have any reason to use, except that I started it with my, I had a piece of parchment paper that had like my paints on it. And then I was like, well, this is really fun to paint on. I think I'll just like keep painting on this. So that's what I did.
I came so close to doing another print project this week with Basquiat's crowns on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Love him. I absolutely love him.
Yeah. I know when I was looking at his stuff, I was like, good Lord, should I even be like trying to do something in this style? Because it's so good. But it was really fun. I like bright colors. And I like painting, but I'm not good at it. So it was fun to just have something that, you know, was just easy and simple. So, yeah.
And did you just kind of go for it with the painting, or did you have a plan before you started?
No, the only plan I had was to put the crown like up kind of high. And then after that, I just like was looking at some of his other stuff and thought like, well, I can like make this shape and I can do this. I knew that like his more like his people, his like dinosaur in a crown, that sort of thing was going to be just way, way beyond me. But these kind of like simpler shapes I could do. So, and then the colors, I just picked kind of bright ones that I liked how they looked. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the yellow up in the corner there. It sort of makes me think of a sunrise.
Yeah, that was, I had like, I didn't really clean my brushes between, so I got, you can't really see it, but I got like a nice like red black mix and then like a yellow red mix, and like a green black, just because I kind of went pretty fast.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool. It's the colors like that, and
yeah.
Yeah.
And the parchment paper is obviously like not great to paint on if you want something sturdy that you can keep, because it did warp, but it was fun to paint on because it was just so like smooth and quick.
It's cool. I've never tried painting on anything other than paper, but it's neat to try different mediums like that.
Yeah.
Get a really good time with it, honestly. He looks so free, and it's so much in his style too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the freehand, like the the speed, the movement in it, the colors, just, yeah, super cool. I wonder like how having a different painting surface affected your sort of the freedom of movement and like just the attitude that you had while painting.
Yeah.
Different while you were doing that?
A little bit, because it didn't feel like there was any pressure, because I wasn't on like, I mean, I have like 500 feet of parchment paper or something like that in my kitchen. So I didn't feel any pressure of like, oh, this is a nice piece of paper, this is a canvas or something like that. It just felt like, oh, this doesn't, you know, I can just do this really fast. And I like that it didn't affect, because it's basically clear, it didn't like affect the colors at all. So yeah.
Nice. That's amazing. I love it. I was just a really big fan of his work too, so.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right, you guys. Thank you, as always, for, oh no, don't look at my nails, not as pretty as
No.
for the inspiration and for, again, like how ridiculous, like flower crown nails, a mini Basquiat painting, a coaster. Like I love how there was like no overlap.
Yeah.
And thank you for always keeping me on my toes and being so inspiring and encouraging me to try new things. I'm getting ever closer to maybe one day trying to quilt a square one day, but for now I'll stick with my weaving. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.